Hi. Hello. What you may hear in the background is my dog eating. Grady is having some snacks. He's really going at it. Of course, it was right when I was going to go live. He just decided, instead of all the other days, he wanted today to be the day that he eats while I'm going live. Oh, 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 I heard myself. I heard myself, and I didn't want to hear myself. But I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having a decent day. I mean, I only woke up an hour ago, but, it was decent. It's been decent so far. Well, I have not. I just realized I haven't streamed since the sleep block, which went really well. Hey, Witch King, how you doing? I'm exhausted right now. I'm so tired. I just heard a bang. It wasn't like a loud bang, but it was a. I think I just heard a dog start running. Right now, I have the door open for them so they can go out back whenever they want, but they still like to, be a little rambunctious on the inside. Oh man, dude, somehow I'm already at 111 subs. I just hit 100 like last week. Not even. Not even. Because I remember like Monday I was like at 98 and I was thinking like, did I announce it too early? Did I mess up? Dude, this map I ended up getting really high ranked on. Or really good time on. Because there was a cut. Today there was a shortcut. Oh, well, I hope you scored well. This was another full speed map. And I want to show you the cut. Because it was really cool. Ah, god damn it. I messed it up. So, there is, for some reason, there's this checkpoint. And then after doing the loop-de-loop, you end up down here. And all that's left is this checkpoint. Up until, like, there's a big wall right over there. There's a good amount of time. So what you actually did was you went this way instead. And you had to aim it properly. Oh, I missed. I missed. No. But it was a really cool cut. It took me like a good hour to actually get a good time with it. But I saw the top like 3 ghosts do it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where are they going? Honestly though, like physics is one of my favorite subjects in science. It's just kind of interesting. The experiments with physics tend to be more fun to me than other subjects. I mean, marine biology was pretty cool. I gotta admit. Like, I had a lot of cool stuff. Dissecting dog sharks, dissecting squids. Doing a simulation on mollusk populations. Which was honestly really interesting. They breed like fucking rabbits, dude. Like, mollusks go ham. Absolute ham. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, physics is hard if you don't like. The thing is, I was good at math up until like algebra 2. Once you enter trig and like pre-calc and calc, I couldn't do it. But, I'm pretty sure. I don't exactly remember what kind of math physics has, but I remember it being okay for me. But definitely, science is kind of gate capped by math. Like, if you don't like math, you're probably not gonna like science when it starts getting, to the harder sciences. Although marine biology, I don't remember really having math. Then again, I only took it for a semester. Oh, hey, I did it right. This is what the cut's supposed to look like. This is the speed you wanted, except I'm still actually slower. Much slower than my PB. No, I'm gonna hit a tree. Hey, I recovered, though. Oh, look at that dude go. He did it. Good for him. Good for him. We're about to start, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I'm weird, though, when it comes to subjects. Like, my favorite subject is history. But history in school is so, you know, How do I explain this? It's so teacher based if it's good or not. Like, if you have a good teacher, it's really fun. If you have a bad teacher, it's really fucking boring. I just make a mess. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, it can be really hard. This cup is going to be interesting. I hope. I'm scared. That wasn't the actual map. This one, that was just yesterday's track. There's no way I was going to ever actually do that cut in the cup of the day. Oh, hello, we get a little village. Some dirt. Okay, so this is just kind of looking like a mixed map right now. Never mind, it's looking like just a full dirt map. Not all dirt, you know, there's some asphalt there, but... Is this dirt full speed? That's what it looks like. Where the fuck do I go? I did not mean to do that. I mean, I'm okay with hitting that. Oh, someone hit the bridge. Look at that. My voice cracked just then. Alright, that's this part. No! You know what? I'm just... No, that was the checkpoint. God damn it. My history was chill. Yeah. If you... For me, history can be extremely boring. It just depends on what subject and era it is. Like, I'm sick of I think we talked about this before, but I am sick of American history. Absolutely, like, I hate it. Absolutely hate American history. And, like, they squeezed out so much out of so little time. I feel like I'm definitely doing that wrong, but maybe releasing that much is the right thing to do. Okay, that felt good. That felt like what you're supposed to do. That, on the other hand, no. Did not feel like what you were supposed to do. Jeez. We got 8 minutes left to qualify. I think I'm good. Although I haven't seen this part of the track yet. Okay. A bit of a turnaround. Okay. The ending... My brain is telling me the ending should be coming up soon. Okay, interesting. That's a shortcut, definitely, that you're supposed to take. That is definitely an intended shortcut. Yo, Super Kid, how you doing today? Hope your day is going well. Ugh, I'm still tired from the sleep walk. And let me tell you guys, I was sick during that thing. I drank so many things that were so bad for me that I had diarrhea the whole damn time. Not gonna lie. A bit TMI, but... God damn it, why do I keep hitting that? Oh my lord. I'm gonna need to really get this part down. There we go. Yeah, I feel that. What makes me hate history as a subject here is, Oh yeah, yeah, we definitely did talk about this. It's only the kings and queens and stuff like that. Literally, it's just the revolution for us. I don't even remember learning much about the Civil War. Although you do kind of learn, you learn about Abraham Lincoln more so than you do about the Civil War, I feel. Like, you know, everyone knows about Gettysburg and stuff like that. But, okay, cool. We finally got one. Oh, are you kidding me? I say that and then we do that? Ah, the speed slides. Fuck speed slides. I'm starting to really learn how you take dirt lines better, though. God damn it. So, with my new controller, for some reason, some of the buttons will not map to the game. I can't customize with certain buttons. Even though the buttons worked fine for Pokemon. I mean, that's recoverable. I didn't want that to happen, but it's recoverable. Oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna be doing ass today. Absolute ass. Okay, that was nice. That saved a lot of time. Castile and Portugal in the early 1400s settlement of the... I cannot pronounce that area. The only thing we learned about the U.S. here is the Roaring Twenties. Really? You learned about the history of Prohibition and the mob? That's what you learned about? And speakeasies? That's honestly, that's like the most interesting part of American history. Like, one of the most. Oh, where those are. Honestly, like... And fucking oversimplified makes Prohibition so goddamn funny. Nope, 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 nope. Not in depth, nah. I mean, to be fair, like, I don't know how you could build a curriculum around, I mean, I guess you could, like, really learn the history of the mobs in different states. But I don't know how much you could really teach about it in a general history sense. But I mean, like, America is so divided into decades in their culture. I feel like that's also a lot of the world, though. Maybe not just America. Okay, we barely didn't touch there. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, those were the interesting times. Things, yeah. I'm sure it gets much boring after the Roaring Twenties. I guess, yeah. But I mean, like, world history is very important. But I guess that would be a separate class, right? Than just history. Oh. Dude, the watch time on my fucking analytics right now because of the sleep lock is kind of, like, wild. Like, the watch hours is just so obviously... It just went way up in the bar graph. The bar graph makes it look like I was doing shit before. Oh, I touched there. God damn it. God damn it. Am I gonna be, like, in Division 30 with this shit? Dude, I've never... I swear to God, if this is my lowest placing ever, I'm gonna be upset. Alright, I think I kept a gear there that I didn't have. No, wait, no. Actually, now I'm thinking about it now. God. Dude, that turn is so difficult. The World Wars were cool to study, of course. Of course, they made that boring too, yeah. I mean, like, as someone who was, like, already into history games when I got into high school, like, that's where history became the most interesting for me, because I actually started knowing stuff. Oh my god, I am not going to get this part. This is where I'm going to lose. That's where I'm going to get knocked out. I'm calling it right now. It's that little loop-de-loop thing. Wall loop? Wall ride loop? Would that be the best way to put it? Okay, that's better. It's not perfect. It's not ideal, but, like, at least I survived. Alright. Yo, how am I supposed to... How am I supposed to remember this part of the track? Like, I don't. I just straight up don't. I mean, that was still a PB. They made the USSR boring? Yeah. I mean, the only interesting thing, in my opinion, is Rasputin. That's a much better line. Are you kidding me? Dude, how am I going to get this done? I'm not going to be able to do this in the knockout rounds. I can already tell. I mean, that one was good, but I don't know how to replicate it, apparently. Ah, damn it. Damn it. That was the only thing that we studied. Yeah. Kind of an introduction to World War I. I find the Russian Revolution absolutely fascinating. I mean, it's just amazing how the Russian government can fuck it up so much. Or the Soviet government at that point. Like, how do you just shoot civilians that are doing a peaceful march to a church? Or maybe it's not a church, I forget, mosque? I don't know what the Orthodox, I think it's just churches still, right? Dude, I'm in 1800s right now. Oh my god. I'm used to being in like the 700s. No. Okay, that was bad. This is gonna be so bad for me, dude. Guys, just get ready for me to be knocked out like first round. I am 100% getting knocked down first round. Okay. Okay. Releasing there feels very dirty, but like I had to. I'm gonna have so much less speed though, I think, than my PB. Alright, nice. Nice! Alright, okay. Well, almost like the absolute craziest time period in world history. In Russia, they have Christians and Muslims, but I don't know about that sort of religious freedom. Yeah. I mean, you don't really hear about the, like, the religious persecution side of the USSR, so maybe it was kind of okay for that. World War II was only considered the most... True. True. World War I had the more violent and disgusting weapons. I mean, gas attacks, dude. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, there goes my PB. Listen, I'm okay with not beating my PB ever again. In the knockout. In qualifications? Goddamn. Which obviously didn't disappear during the USSR. Yeah, true. Oh god, I know I keep saying it, but I'm definitely not doing well today. Sometimes when I say I'm not going to do well, I'm like, well, there's a chance I can kind of do it, you know. I'm just expecting to go out. But no, today's like, I think I'm fucked. There's so many different parts that I can't seem to nail 100% of the time. Didn't mean to look behind me like that. Holy shit. Another PB. Oh, I say that and instantly crash. This because you have two generals who are basically fighting with U.S. Civil War tactics against... Yeah, true. True. That is a big truth. And also you had people who were just generals because of their families still, right? Like, I don't know whoever thought that was a good idea. I mean, I know why they did that stuff in kingdoms. It was because, you know, those people paid a lot of money to the kingdom. And they wanted that position. And the kingdom did not want to lose that money. Like, I understand that. But, like, send someone else to just ignore their orders and just do the right thing in a combat situation. Alright, there we go. Okay, that can happen. You gotta stay to the left on that thing. Okay. Well, I was gonna PB there, but that ruined it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense. Oh, Riola was on my server. I didn't know Riolu was here. That means we got 2 people streaming this server. Is that faster or slower? I don't know. Well, I'm beating everyone right now. Oh. Hello? What the fuck? Let me back in. What the fuck, Trackmania? Nadeo. Nadeo, you shitheads. Let me in. You kicked me? I qualified, and you kicked me. Oh my fucking god, Nadeo. I think I missed the cup of the day. It's not that I got disconnected necessarily, it's that there were so many people loading that, like, it crashed it. Yo, thank you so fucking much, Nadeo, for your shitty game. I'm livid right now. Absolutely fucking livid. I swear to God, if I fully missed the cup of the day because of this, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Internally, I am screaming. Absolutely. I'm very good at hiding my rage. Very good at it. Until it literally boils, then it's very hard for me. Ah. Yep, I missed cup of the day. Games. Verify files. Um, verified game files. I've had an anger problem most of my life, but I've uh I've kind of learned how to control it a bit better over time. Yeah, there's no way I made it. There's absolutely no way. No, Monkey, I got fucking kicked from it. I'm pissed at Nadeo right now. I'm 99.99% sure I am no longer able to join today's Cup of the Day, even though I qualified. Kicked me from the fucking server. An error occurred while joining. Please try again. Part of me wants to check, like, you know what? I am going to check, like, Riolu's stream. I know Riolu is streaming. Yep, he's in just fine.
So I'm...
They're already well into elimination rounds. I'm so fucking pissed, dude. Thanks, Nadeo. Oh, gotta change the title. Why does that happen with the thumbnails? It's so weird. Just wanna... This is gonna be a different server, isn't it? I still can't believe that happened. Like... God damn it, Nadeo. God fucking damn it. Yeah, there's literally, like, it would be completely unfair of them to let me back in. Let me... Yeah. That's so upsetting, dude. Literally, when I woke up today, I was like, do I want to sleep in and do a Pokemon stream today instead? And I was like, no, I'm going to wake up, do Trackmania like I planned, do the Cup of the Day, have fun with it. Of course not. Of course. Fuck you, Nadeo. Like, I love the game, but, like, please fix the servers. God damn. I shouldn't have to worry about the game crashing every single damn time a Cup of the Day loads. That's just my opinion on a finished game. I know that make me sound like a dick, but like, I don't think it's wrong of me to want a reliable game. If I pay $30 a year for it, I mean, $30 a year is like such a good price that like I can't really complain about it like that. But I guess we're hunting author metal. Apparently. And joke's on it, I'm not playing Pokemon tonight. I think there's absolutely no chance I'm streaming again tonight. With how my emotions are right now. Like, I don't think I'm beating my PB unless I was in the actual knockout rounds. Like... Dude, I'm absolutely like... I don't even know anymore. My brain is just completely like fucked right now. I'm feeling a little better, yeah. Hitting the penalty grass. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Ah, are you kidding me? That was gonna be a 1.5 second PB? Ah. I really just don't understand why you have a fucking issue on the servers where, like, there's a fucking player capacity? I completely forgot where I was. Completely forgot where I was. The strike is kind of hard for me to remember where's what, or what's where. I think that start was much better. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. It wasn't much better. It was worse. It was worse. Why do I always have to throw away those runs that are massive fucking BBs? To shit that I never, like, I mean, I did bonk there once, but now I'm just gonna be frustrated the whole stream, and, like, I feel like my commentary is just gonna be pure ass for the rest of it. I wouldn't even have minded, like, just loading in late and it's like, oh, you missed the knockout, but, like, hey, you're still here and can commentate. Then again, I guess if that happened, I would have actually just been livid while it happened. I would be like, God damn it, I can't even play because of this thing. I just have to watch. I wouldn't have watched, probably. I probably wouldn't have, now I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm thinking about it. Seriously, how did I get so much exit speed out of that? Nope, that's not how you do it. That's not it, Chief. Not one bit. But dude, my sleep lock, honestly, it felt so good to do. Like, in general, even though I was, like, sick. I was sickly during it. It still felt like fun doing it. Even though at one point, like, in between the two streams, I was like, I'm sick. My body was starting to catch up with me at that point. God damn it. God damn it. I feel like that's gonna be today's fucking, word of the day. God damn it. Even though it's 2 words. That's definitely 2 words. I mean, some people count damn it as 2 words just by itself. Sometimes, like, damn it is, like, the one word that, like, I feel like I could spell 4 different ways and each one could be considered correct. Like, in all honesty, I do not know how to spell damn, for sure. Obviously, I know how to spell damn, D-A-M, but, like, but not D-A-M-N. Well, that's what I assume it is, but, like, I don't know, people do other things. How did I lose so much time there? Holy PB, Batman. That's not an author medal? That's not author? That's really not author medal. I am very shocked by that. The author medals are getting better and better, dude. Like, absolutely better and better. I'm gonna look it up after this one. Oh, that was cutting it close. Oh, I fucked that up. That was about to be a sick PB. That was about to be a fucking sick... I think that was author medal. I did that drift perfectly, it felt like. I can do a... I think I can get another, like, almost second off of this. I'm really sad that I kind of lost that because I was feeling pretty good. Oh, no, I got some airtime, so I think I'm going to be losing time. No! God damn it. That was about to be awesome. Like I said earlier, I always ruin the awesome PBs, and it's very rare I get them back. I think I should have way more speed right now. No, all that airtime is so bad. Yep. God damn it. Airtime is killer, man. Honestly, though, even with all the server issues like that, Trackmania is still probably my second favorite game of all time. Like, they definitely need to fix that. But, like, I still love Nadeo, because they make a great game. So I somehow kept grip there. Nope. Yeah, there's no saving that. Dude, that felt so good, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that back. That was like, oh, that was perfect. That felt so clean. Like, I can't describe how it is, but you can, like, feel it somehow. You can feel how good something was just because you know how you've been fucking up and how it feels. Oh, I want that feeling. I want that rush. I got a pure, absolutely pure adrenaline rush from it, and I want it back. Normally, I hate adrenaline rushes, not gonna lie. But that one felt good. Here's a minor one. When I get, like, a major adrenaline rush, like StarCraft games, that's when my tremor comes out. Ooh. I took that very wide, but I think I have a lot more speed. Oh, I hit the penalty grass, though. Hey! Oh, almost sub 48. Almost sub 48. One in the United States! Let's go! Now, keep in mind, this is 30 minutes after the track was released. So that means practically no one in the world has had much time. Not many people in the world have had much time to do this. I'm going to look up what the author time is now. The author time is 47.646. Let me see. Am I number one in the egg carton? Wait, how am I first in the United States but 22 in the egg carton? Oh, that's hilarious. That's like hilarious, dude. That's really funny. It's good to know I'm the best in the United States at this track. Ah, damn, touch there. The egg carton is a group that I'm in. Think of it like a clan, kind of, in other games. So it's also where I got this black and red skin from in my car. It's the YouTuber Northern Lions group. Since he's bald, he calls himself an egg. Just like Brooks. One day I'm waiting for Brooks to come into one of these streams and just see the egg carton and be like, hey! Ah, goddammit. They're called clubs, right? Because that's club access. The $30 tier is the club access one. And it's a yearly subscription that does not renew, which is the weirdest business strategy for a video game yet, I think. A yearly subscription that doesn't renew? Like, what? Usually, though, after I stream and, like, go about my day a little bit, I'll come back to Trackmania in the sense of, like, I'll watch, probably Granity's YouTube video that he posts later in the day. I will probably be checking that out and like seeing what lines he does and how they're better. Nope, there's no way I was salvaging that. I can still definitely take time off of that, because this part was slow for me, and touching the penalty there loses like a tenth. But it feels like I got that end part down. Like, I don't know why I can kind of like time out the turn so well without really seeing it. Normally that is not my strong suit in Trackmania. Predictions. I'm not very good at it. When I can't see where I'm going, I tend to have trouble. And of course that makes sense. Didn't touch. Didn't touch. Bit more outside on that one, but we do have more speed. Oh fuck, I fucked this up. But we saved it. We saved it. Yes. All that penalty grass really killed me there. All that penalty grass really killed me. I gotta take another half a second off right now if I want author medal. I mean, obviously it's possible since, you know, the author medal is set at that time. But I don't know how I'm gonna do that. You know what? I should probably play with ghosts of people that have it. That would probably be smart. Oh, there's something in my eye, goddamn. Ah! Sleep in my eye. Why do they call it sleep? I mean, I know it builds up like while you're sleeping, but it also builds up, you know, while you're awake. It just depends how if your eyes have been watering that day. It's good to know I basically have, I know the dirt route. I know what I'm doing with the starting dirt route. These kind of like dirt track, part of the tracks, like this line is really easy to figure out if you know the basics of dirt. Or at least basics of like figuring out a line. Ugh. Wait, like, you know how you get those, like, things in your eyes, like, when you wake up? I don't know, I've always heard it referenced to as sleep. You get the sleep out of your eyes. It's always been a little weird. But it's, like, in the like, little indent between, or where your tear ducts are. That, or, I mean, maybe some people call it the sand for Mr. Sandman. Maybe that's what it is in other places. This one isn't good. Oh, wait, it's fine. Yo, wait, did they take that full speed for a second? That almost looked like they went full speed. Yeah, that's what I call them on my dog, honestly. But when I was little, they were always like, I don't know, it's what I remember it being called. Nope, can't put my foot on the gas. Can't put my finger on the gas that soon. Gotta wait a second. Nope, can't get away with that. So literally, it is just kind of pace at this point, like. It's all about that middle portion, like with the town. It's all about the town. At least for my PB. If I want a PB, I need to improve the city or the village. Accidentally kept the turn a bit too much, so now I'm slower, but we're still in this. We are still in this. I mean, releasing there definitely isn't ideal. Is that enough speed for a PB? Wait, they're not taking the wooden path? Why aren't they taking the wooden path? English is weird anyways. Yeah, that is a good point. I'm so confused on why they're not taking the wooden path. Do you lose speed that way? Is it really faster to do the safe dirt route? I guess if you're speed sliding, yeah. Huh. There's no way that's how they take half a second off, right? There's no way. That's so weird. I'm gonna actually have to, like, stay close to them and see it. Yo, how do I got more exit speed? And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I have more exit speed. Dude, I'm still really frustrated that I didn't get to compete in today's Cup of the Day. You're asking the wrong person, yeah. It's more of a rhetorical question, but it's still very confusing on why they would do that. Because usually, you know, human instinct tells you if there's a risky route, it's probably faster. I had to release there, but that's okay. If I didn't touch the grass there, that would have been a beauty. That would have been a beauty. Huh. They do just take this path. I wonder why that is. Is it really faster? I know, but I wanted to say that. Dude, it's so weird, though. Like, everything in my brain shouts, that's slower. But obviously it's not if they're doing it. And they have a much better time than me. Goddamn walls. Goddamn walls. You know, for this stream, me being frustrated, it's gone by pretty fast. Ah, barely hit. Barely touched. That's the thing with those dirt turns, is you're always going to barely touch. Alright, perfect. We're fine. We're still technically in this. We're still technically in this. That's bad. No, I'm not in it anymore. Not in that anymore. I just need to make it to the end to really experiment, though. I mean, I could go in free cam, probably. And just, like, go to the end to see what they do. Did I end up making a... Oh, shift is gas? Oh, hey. I learn something new about the keyboard every day. Input. Let's just go back. L and K. How does this work? Alright, so if I'm following the track... How do you look down? Oh, that's how. Okay. They should be getting here any second now. It doesn't seem that much faster. But I guess it is. Why did I exit? Why did I exit? Goof. You goofball. I mean, it's a really cool map. Like, I haven't said my opinion on this track yet, but I like it. It's actually really cool. Drive alone. It's fun. The line is nice. It's got nice scenery. Overall, it's pretty. I like it. I'd give it a good 8 out of 10. See? See? I literally lost a half a second doing that. How? Oh, I threw away the author medal by trying that. I should have gone with the route that I know would have been safe to beat it. But my train of thought was like, well, if it does save time, imagine my PB then. Oh, I had the author medal. I had it. Actually, maybe not. I do have to take a literal half second. Maybe like a couple of thousandths more. Or a couple hundredths more. Bro, I'm so happy Vinny has started watching Attack on Titan. Like, technically, I've only seen season 1 of Attack on Titan. Because I watched it when it came out. I was like, oh, I can't wait for season 2. 5 years later. I'm not really into Attack on Titan anymore, but season 2's out. Which, I mean, I feel kind of, about. Oh, that was a really good run. That was about to be a really good run again. Now I hope Vinny watching Attack on Titan opens the door for him watching My Hero. I think he would absolutely love My Hero. Oh, that was bad. I'm losing so much time to this. I'm taking these way too inside. 5 years. LO Twin Peaks was gone for 25 years, my G. Yeah, but like, even still, 25 years is way fucking worse. I'm never going to be into it at that point. If 5 years is like, alright, I'm done. You know? It's like, it doesn't matter at that point. If it's not within a couple years, I'm probably not going to watch it again. Like, Log Horizon, one of my favorite animes, has been gone for like 3 to 7. I don't even know how long at this point. Season 3 is out, and it's like, I'm not watching 2 fucking seasons or, like, maybe even a recap video. I don't know. I'm just, eh. And it was one of my favorite animes, and I couldn't wait to see what was happening get resolved. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't really care. It's weird. It just does it. Like, I remember being hyped about Attack on Titan in high school. Like, that was a while ago now. Which I'm probably too young to be saying it like that. What? How did I not drift there? What the fuck? What? Oh, that's so stupid. I gotta stop throwing away these runs like that, dude. That's so frustrating. Nope, goddamn penalty grass. Like, part of me is gonna be like, I'm probably gonna watch Attack on Titan at some point, but like, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not like into anime as much as I used to be. Like, I watched a couple anime that I've been like invested into, but like, it's hard for me to sit down and watch another one that I haven't seen before, or even ones that I have seen before. That might be because like I'm getting my fix for anime from like reaction channels in a sense. What goddamn slides? It's like I'll rewatch an anime by watching a reaction channel react to it. Which I don't know, feels kind of weird, but like I don't know, it's fun watching someone else react to something I love. I think that's just human nature. Oh, not author. Hey, look at that time. Top 100 world. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. I'm not into anime. I've probably only watched two and not all the way through. I've watched a lot of anime all the way through. Like I love it. I've watched all of Naruto Shippuden like 4 times. The thing is, to me, it's weird that people say they like anime. It's like saying you like movies. They're not even close to all the same. True. Like, I'm a huge fan of shonen animes. That's like saying I'm a huge fan of action movies. That narrows it down quite a bit. Like, I'm big into shonen. I used to kind of like slice of life, but it's kind of slice of life has to be done right for me to like it. Specifically, Sakamoto. I forget the full name of the anime, but it was like this really satirical, funny comedy that was like this guy would do super normal things, but everyone would be it would be so exaggerated. I think anime is drastically different from Western TV. I definitely think it is. I don't I don't think there's the only similarities I think is that people speak. I don't know. It's the themes in anime are so different than I can't watch Western TV whatsoever, but I can watch anime. The only thing Western TV does is do secondhand embarrassment. That's it. At least that's my opinion on it. Like, I feel like just specifically shonen anime, it's like you don't get that on Western television, at least. Unless you're talking about Avatar. If you're talking about Avatar, then holy shit. Like, if holy shit, as in like it's basically an anime. Like you'll find reaction channels to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they'll all be saying like, "This is my first ever anime," and I'm like, "It's Western TV. It's made by America. I don't know if that's anime." Then again, it did have some tropes, and like it definitely was inspired by anime, like the style. It's not like anime. Okay, I read that one. The themes in anime are all based on human emotion experience. That's everything, though. That's like saying books are the same thing as Western TV, then, right? Of course, they have their own restrictions. Yeah, I mean, true. Then again, like Avatar really pushed the mold with Western TV audiences and really like dark, serious topics. Like, yeah, they were able to really like. I was gonna say dumb it down, but that's not it. Like, dumbing it down and watering it down aren't the right way to put it. They made it digestible for a young audience, which was really interesting. Oh, well, I don't know if I've ever implied that it's just like that, but I definitely think it's better than Western TV, just all around. I cannot watch TV in America. It's ass, in my opinion. When I move out, I am not getting a cable bill. I am not getting cable whatsoever. Oh, maybe there was speed sliding there, and that's what made them keep full. Oh, were they no sliding, or was that speed sliding? I'm not sure. I couldn't disagree more with that. Really, with the Western TV opinion, just like that, I can't watch it and it's bad. Well, I mean, if I can't go more into that topic because then we're gonna start talking about my personal mental health a lot, and I do not feel comfortable going into that. Let's just say it's ass for people with trauma, with like specific trauma. Oh, that almost felt right. It feels like Western TV specifically like attacks people with my mental illness. Feels like I don't know. They'll do anything to try and get a laugh out of people, and it's not even funny half the time, in my opinion. But like obviously, like my family loves TV. They watch like Schitt's Creek. They love those kind of like. Then again, that's all on Netflix nowadays. Like, you get TV out of streaming services now. I definitely think cable is going to be one of those things that, like, goes out unexpectedly in the future. Like, we did not see... It's kind of like how, you know, no one really expected home telephones to go out either. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're going to have a home telephone forever. It's just going to get different. Nope, you just got a cell phone now. Oh, that was bad. Shouldn't have gone in the dirt. Yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. I did not time that right. I really wonder if I could get author today. I like how I'm top 100 in the world right now without author still. Yeah, I'm not beating this one. Still good practice though. I kind of threaded the needle there. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, I really don't know if there's a way I'm gonna beat a PB right now. There's definitely little improvements I can do everywhere. Like, everywhere. And it's all about maintaining the correct line now. I need to find the actual real line. Well, I mean, I do kind of have it. Got from Weebs, not saying anyone specific is one. I've never really gotten that impression. Like, there's always going to be those toxic people that, like, view their interests as better than everyone else's, but, like, I've never really seen people have that as a malicious opinion other than it's how they feel. But then again, there are people who are like, it's like me. Like, I'm saying it's trash, but that's because, like, fine, I'll get into it. I have PTSD. Secondhand embarrassment triggers my PTSD like fucking crazy. I cannot watch Western television because of that. That's why I hate it so much. Like, I cannot sit down and watch without having to close my eyes and shut my ears. Like, half of them. That's why I can't really watch movies anymore either. Like, fucking Spider-Man was doing it to me. Like, I can't really watch Marvel anymore because of it. It's so ass. So, like, I think it's just automatically bad for that reason, because they only know how to use secondhand embarrassment, which is, like, the biggest issue for me to watch something. I know I'm sounding very angry about it, but no, I'm just kind of like, it's such a hard topic for me to talk about, especially live, that I'm just now having anxiety bringing it up. Like, part of me is like, oh, you should have stayed quiet on that front. Then there's another part of me that's like, you said it, who cares now, right? I disagree with that wholeheartedly, but then again, I'm very biased in that opinion. Like, there's definitely parts that I'm like, okay, what the fuck, Marvel? But secondhand, you've never heard of secondhand embarrassment? Okay, so it's where you see a situation happen and you think you're the real person having that situation happen to you. You genuinely feel like that embarrassing or awful situation is you at the center. So, like, say someone is being laughed at in public, instantly I'm feeling like I'm being laughed at in public. I can't handle any of that whatsoever. So, like, awkward situations, instantly secondhand embarrassment. Bullying, instantly secondhand embarrassment. You know, making a mistake or looking like an idiot in public, instantly issues. And that's all Western TV tends to be. It's empathy to the point of extreme mental illness and extreme issues. People with empathy just have that issue all the time, except it's made it so I physically can't. To the point where I physically can't. I've been mentally diagnosed. I've been actually diagnosed with all this shit, so. At the #1 rated mental hospital in the country. Or at least their branch. Oh, hello. 3/10? Where the fuck did 3/10 come from? I knew I'd fuck it up. Like, it's hard to describe how painful it is. Like, it's very hard to describe how it literally feels like I'm just being, like, it feels like I'm back. If you have PTSD in the sense that I have it, you cannot watch Western television. I feel like a lot of people are going to have that same feeling. It's all sitcoms are. Yeah, that happens, but like anime, it's not real people. You know what I mean? It's drawings versus real people laughing and bullying other real people. That's the difference. Yeah, of that possibly great PB lost. Yeah, my ending was really good. Although actually, my ending did kind of lose me a bit of time now. I'm thinking about it. So there is like kind of a difference. Yeah, it still definitely happens with cartoons. It's just definitely not as strong. There are Western cartoons, yeah. Like I can watch Avatar. Like I love Avatar. It's actually my favorite cartoon of all time, and it's Western. But I don't know. It's still a huge disconnect. That's okay, Monkey. You don't gotta worry about it. You don't gotta worry about that. You just unlocked it for me. So did it just click in your head then? Uh, yeah. So JoJo, the first episode of JoJo was actually problematic for me. The first episode of JoJo was like I was watching fucking like I don't know, The Office. The Office is the absolute worst for me. I cannot stand The Office, and I know everyone's gonna hate me for that opinion. JoJo Part 1, the first episode, is just absolute pure rage. Absolute. But once, honestly, like, JoJo was really good once you got past that episode. Like, I really, yeah, the thing about sitcoms is you either love them or you hate them. Like, when I was growing up, I actually loved How I Met Your Mother. But looking back at those sitcoms, I don't know if I liked them all that much as an adult. Like, my fam, I still like How I Met Your Mother, I feel like did sitcoms right with having like kind of a, they had a storyline that you kind of knew of, but it was never really like you had to follow like progression of the storyline of how, you met the mother. But like things like Friends is just aimless shit every day. Especially since anime is so much more stylized and unrealistic. Yeah. It's much more of an escape from a TV network show. Yeah. TV network shows are just kind of like eh. I also don't understand how like those police shows are still a thing. Like they were fun. Don't get me wrong. They are fun. Oh, I threw that. That was about to be amazing. Oh, bonk that. When I rewatched that because I rewatched with Winter. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. How I Met Your Mother is very good, except for the ending. And they have so many. Okay, How I Met Your Mother has probably my favorite like pun of all time. And you remember how they had that episode where they got the tantrum soda that was like discontinued when they were like younger, and Ted is like, "Hey, throw me the soda," and he's like, "Dude, why are you throwing a tantrum? You're an adult." I still can't fucking like, oh, that's so good. How I Met Your Mother tends to not have as much, which is weird. But there's definitely a good amount of episodes that I'm just like, nope, I'm out. Thank you, Barney, for putting yourself in that situation. Superhero live action shows. I've actually never really watched the shows. I want to check out WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. But also, I don't feel like. I don't know. It's only like, what, 6 episodes? Right? So I don't really have to, like, sit down and get invested into, like, a whole show. Especially with WandaVision, the first 2 episodes apparently being, like, really slow for you to get into. Yeah. But it also feels like, why am I spending money just to watch 6 episodes of something? That's part of my reason. Oh, WandaVision is 9? Interesting. I wonder what makes them decide how many episodes to do the story in. I mean, maybe they just write the script out and it's like, alright, it's good, we don't need to lengthen it out or stretch it out for, like, filler or whatever. That's possible. That would be a really interesting approach. And if it would cut all, like, fillers, I would actually very much like that idea. No go. Money, money, money. That's how Disney makes all decisions. True. Big true. That's how every corporation makes their decisions, and I hate it. And I hate it. There is still another, like, second I could gleam off this track, and I don't know how. Is there pretty much a longer movie? Yeah, that actually... That sounds like that makes a lot of sense for those. For an actual show. They don't need to stretch it out for an actual show or shorten it for an actual movie. Yeah, that's honestly, like... It makes sense. Especially when you have such a cinematic universe. Like, Marvel, for... If you don't like the movies, I think you can't deny what it's done for the film industry on what's possible in movies. Like... A whole expanded universe that stretches on multiple films, multiple separate films, is, like, so cool. And it opens the door for so many different types of things. And now they're starting to dabble in fucking multiple different universes at the same time. Like, what? Ah! Bump. I gotta dip. Alright, have a good one, Witch King. I appreciate you for hanging out. Oh, I threaded the needle there. It's still not as fast. I almost said shorter. Still slower. That's the S word. That's the word I was looking for. Imagine if I ended up doing this this well in the knockout rounds. Like, I ended up getting this. Technically, this time is Division 2 time. Like, my PB. That's crazy. It's gonna be really interesting to see how, like, the pros took that. Star Trek did that. True. True, Star Trek did do that. But, like, the scale Marvel's done it at, and, like, Star Trek had such a... I don't want to say smaller cast, because technically, like, throughout its movies, it's had, like, overall a larger cast, but, like, in the expanded universe, obviously, Marvel has, like, dozens of superheroes to pull from. It's so interesting, though, that, like, it's such a franchise with this idea that everyone in the film industry is like, this is gonna fail horribly. And then integrating the movie and TV. I don't know, I feel like they've proven that it can work at the largest scale and break the box office. Normally, a lot of film industries would have gotten pitched a movie like that, and they would have been like, alright, no. I feel like it opened the door for a lot of different types of movies. Like, that something... The thing is, like, nothing... I don't think any franchise has been as popular, as, like, long, you know, overall, as Marvel. So, I don't know. You are right to a point where it's not like it's broken ground completely, but I think it broke the doors into the film industry finally. Like, to prove that it's, you know, good and can be done well, and if, you know... Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong on that, but I believe that it could have really helped a lot of films get approved. But Marvel has done it in a bigger scale. Yeah. It's actually just that they had big stars in the MCU, and I'm pretty sure that's why it seems so grand. That's a good point, you know, actually bringing in so many people like that, you know. The newest, you know, I say newest Star Trek movies, but they're like, what, 9 years, 6 years old by this point? I think Matt Damon was Kirk, Captain Kirk. That was like the big, that movie had like the big A-list actors coming in as Spock and like Kirk. But then everyone else was like B-list. They started with a washed up. Bro, honestly, yeah, that's a good point. Robert Downey Jr. was, you know, coming out of the lowest point of his life. But that's honestly why I think they chose him for Tony Stark, like in the first place. He was the perfect representation for comic book Tony Stark. Like alcohol, drug abuse, narcissism, like he was Tony Stark. Yeah, he wasn't really washed out. He just wasn't trusted because of his drug abuse, right? I think that was the main reason. Like, the people didn't want to be, like, the films didn't want to be associated with, like, you know, an alcoholic or whatever. I don't know exactly, like, what kind of substance addictions he had. So obviously, I either wasn't born yet or I wasn't even cognizant yet as a human being. Even if he was quote-unquote washed up, I think he was still at minimum like a B-list actor at that point. Everyone still knew who he was, I think. He was definitely in a lot of the people that I've, like, you know, you know, you get those interviews recommended on your YouTube all the time and stuff like that if you watch one. And, like, apparently a lot of people, like, the media loves to portray Robert Downey Jr. as a huge risk to a film industry. Or to a film. So let's go in order. I mean, to be completely honest, Chris Evans, I don't know if I did not know he existed until Marvel. Not gonna lie. A few of those people I didn't know existed until Marvel. And now I apparently see them everywhere. But that's also because, like, I'm super fucking uncultured when it comes to movies. Like, completely uncultured. I'm almost worse than Vinny, except Vinny hasn't seen shit that, like, literally everyone sort of English he should have seen at this point. Was known, I think he was in an A-list actor, yeah. Chris Evans was in, like, a couple really good shows, right? Like, I'm pretty sure, I kind of knew about him because of the Fantastic Four, I guess I should say. But I didn't, you know, piece together that that was him until, like, people started talking about it. Ah, touch. But I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to talking about Marvel, are biased. No matter what. If you have a negative opinion or a positive opinion, you're going to be biased about Marvel. I don't think anyone can look at it objectively anymore. Because, like, especially when I listen to the Sunday Sauce, Phil's arguments are kind of just not there, in my opinion. He doesn't watch it, and then he hears stuff off of the internet, and then makes an opinion off of it. He can't seem to shut up about the fact that Falcon can't pay rent. It's not like superheroes get paid, bro. What do you think? Maybe Avengers get funding by Tony Stark. It's not like Tony Stark pays them. And also, like, superhero movies are going to be superhero movies, you know? I think that's one thing that people have to accept. There's not going to be any real groundbreaking stories. Or, like... What's the word? I can't think of it. I can't think of how I want to say it. Because, like, again, I'm coming from a complete place of bias. I love Marvel movies. Like, I am 100% biased in that fact, and I am willing to admit that. I just find it hard not to love them. Granted, there are some that I haven't seen. Like, I don't know. Like, me and my friend Mike were talking about this a lot recently, but, like, we don't know if we're gonna go out of our ways to watch Marvel movies anymore, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know, just, I think quarantine kind of killed it for me. Like, not being able to go consistently watch the movies and stuff like that. Another thing I'd give the MCU credit for is they rely on the franchise names either. Yeah, I mean, Marvel's starting off with, you know, Iron Man was like, really? You're starting with Iron Man? Then again, who knows what happened behind closed doors? You know, things are so, like, up in the air. You never know, like... I'm guessing Robert was their first choice. I'm guessing. I have no idea who they would have had for a backup for fucking Iron Man. I think one of the things the MCU has done better than any other company, in my opinion, is finding people that perfectly fit their role or their character. Ah, that hurt. Like, actually, Deadpool wasn't Marvel at the time, but Ryan Reynolds perfect. I think Wolverine was still Sony at the time, right? Or whoever owned it. Hugh Jackman was perfect. Robert Downey Jr. was perfect. Chris Hemsworth, I think, was perfect. Paul Rudd was perfect for Ant-Man. I think they just got, you know, the actors' mixture with the character down really well. But of course, you know, superhero movies are going to be superhero movies with the tropes. Oh yeah, Fox. Fox owned them. Hugh Jackman was such a fucking perfect Wolverine, dude. Logan. Logan was a fucking, I think, groundbreaking superhero movie. Like, it was dark, it was emotional, it was action-packed. But also, like, I feel like we all just love Wolverine at this point. Ah, so close. I just think that they are just neat movies. Yeah, like, people do hype them up way too fucking much. Like, they're superhero movies. Then again, Endgame and Infinity War were like... I think Infinity War, you know, obviously there's been tons of films that have let the villain win. But usually they have it resolved where the villain becomes a hero at the end or something like that. Like, Megamind did that. Megamind was a fantastic movie. Yeah, I don't think they were like... I'm not trying to say that they were like masterpieces. I'm just trying to say like what they did for the film industry. Like, I don't think I'd like the Captain Marvel movie. I don't think I'd like the Ant-Man movie. But I like the characters when they contribute to the story. Although Captain Marvel, she kind of... I don't know. They couldn't have done Captain Marvel well, I don't think, in Endgame. I don't think Captain Marvel couldn't do well. Really? You couldn't finish Endgame? Wow. It was by far my favorite Marvel movie. I mean, obviously this always comes down to just pure opinion. Oh. Really? Yeah. I've seen Endgame twice at this point. That's surprising. Like, I understand, like, after rewatching it, like, the first half is definitely, like, you don't need to see it. I don't think. The second half? Fucking glorious. I think the first half is, like, I don't know, it's interesting to me, but I can also understand why people are like, yeah, I don't want to see it a second time or even a first time. Like the time travel stuff, I personally like that stuff. but I'm also like, my tastes are really weird when it comes to like movies and shows. I tend to like the stuff that people don't. That was almost kind of cool. I know they're not masterpieces, they're thought provocative, but their messages and stories are great. Yeah, I mean, like, I think they're perfect representations of what comics are, in my opinion. I mean, some things are just kind of like, really? But it genuinely feels like I'm kind of watching a comic book. Am I losing speed? Or losing time? Yeah. No. Don't get me wrong, I love the hero's journey as much as anyone, seriously. It is basically the only story there is. Yeah. I feel like the most compelling story out of the MCU was Tony Stark's development. Going through all of the mental illness, going from pure narcissism to like what happened at the end of Endgame. I think was a beautiful story of how a person can. I mean, obviously it's not a real person. The story is crafted to be this way, but I think it's a perfect representation that a person deep down is different than what you may think from the surface, and people can change. You shouldn't let people not know that. And the fact that that story was able to like grow upon each movie he was in, it definitely felt. I don't know. I liked Iron Man's character or Tony Stark's character a lot, and the character development that he went through. I threw that away. And obviously, since I brought up what some of my mental illnesses, Tony has the same damn thing. So it's very relatable in that sense. What? Why am I not drifting properly? But in general, I feel Marvel stories are weak compared to DC. Dude, DC does animated movies and comics better than Marvel, but not live action movies, in my opinion. I mean, we've definitely had this conversation multiple times, but in my opinion, I don't see much of a story for Captain America. I've always seen Cap as a stagnant character that's always stayed the same. Not that I don't like Captain America. I just never really noticed any, like, differences. I've always seen him as just righteous, good guy who's always looking out for his friends and what's right, and no matter what it costs. Well, not no matter what it costs. Hulk is my favorite of the Marvel Universe, but like we discussed before, yeah. I think Ragnarok was going in such a good step for Hulk. The fact that he was talking more, he had a lot more freedom and personality than before. It felt like we were reading Hulk comic books a little bit. I will say though, the best development that I noticed from Captain America is they made him start getting so much funnier. That is America's ass. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers. Time to concentrate. Time to concentrate. Ah, god damn it. God damn it. Oh, I can definitely beat this. Don't forget that Steve also represents soul-crushing loss and the feeling that we can all relate to in this world. That's true. He lost literally everything. But then in Endgame, he did get it all back. He did get to live his life out with Peggy. Yeah. I feel like that's also, like, the whole, that part is a bit overplayed at this point, just because, like, I feel like that's exactly what they were going for. Yeah, at the very end. One thing I didn't like about Cap's send-off in Endgame is that Bucky didn't even try to talk to him. Like, I understand they already kind of knew what was going on and nothing was needed to be said, but, like, would have been nice to at least see Bucky go over there and, like, look into the lake, you know, with his friend. With his childhood best friend. Instead of just saying to Falcon, like, yeah, you can go talk to him, not me. Why am I not drifting there? Honestly, Cap being worthy was, like, such... It felt so good. Because, like, every fan saw that scene in Ultron and was like, yeah, he's worthy. I'm 99% sure he's worthy. Then we finally got the confirmation. I love the whole, like, people right after the movie. It's like, you know, Steve was kind of too nasty with the hammer. Do you think he was practicing without Thor knowing? Like, how did he already know how to use the lightning? How did I lose so much speed? Tony is a complete narcissist. Of course, he wouldn't understand anyone else's sacrifices. Yeah, but that's his whole character development. Even in the first Avengers movie, he developed that character. He literally tried to die to stop New York from getting nuked. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Marvel and DC does that to Christianity all the time. Right? And DC has the Greeks. But I don't know how, like, respectful or accurate they are towards the Greeks. One thing I hate about Marvel, though, a ton, is what the actors have to go through. Dude, the kind of regiments they have to do are so fucking unhealthy that people almost die on set. And also, in fucking Civil War, the scene where Cap is holding the helicopter you literally, in the movie, you can watch his shoulder pop out of his socket, just for that scene to make people come. Because they want people to be horny for him. I like mythology, damn it. I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, it's going to be used in media in that way. It's just history. Ah! Don't read chat and drive, guys. I want to beat this PB, but I don't think I'm doing it. I was technically supposed to air brake there, but I didn't. Even Power Rangers had an episode of Loki and Thor back in the day. They did? I don't really remember much of Power Rangers. I just kind of remember how silly it looks now. Oh, threading the needle there. Give me that fucking author medal. Yeah. I crushed my PB and I just watched all my positions go up. That felt so wrong. That felt wrong. During the Disney era. Oh, I just watched that 2 go to an 8. I was like, or I watched that 2 go to a 14. God damn it. Listen, like I said, I made that time only 30 minutes after, and it's been an hour since that PB. Wow, I should still be first in Massachusetts, right? Now that I was thinking I wanted to end when I got a PB, and now that I got the PB... Excuse me, sir? Excuse me, sir? So what's really weird, since I got this new controller with Trackmania, like I said, I can't bind certain buttons, so like, I also can't find, like, for some reason, A makes me quit stuff. I have to use X to hit A. I did not mean to do that. I guess my ultimate beef with the MCU is that the storytelling suffers in the adaptation from print to screen. They lose a lot of the depth to appeal to the masses. I also feel like people are less likely to read the good stuff. That's true. I definitely get that. I definitely get that. I mean, to be fair though, like, all of people's, like, I feel like that argument can kind of be like, and this is a pointless way to do it. I think this isn't technically like a fair way to say it. I think it's an unfair way to like be able to scapegoat everything. It's definitely a scapegoat. That's the word. You kind of use the multiverse to explain that a bit, but like, yeah, they do kind of water it down. Because like if they start really going in depth with the comic book stuff, it can get very confusing to keep track of everything. A select few will be more interested and read more, but those people are rare. I think I'm definitely one of those people who can go. I feel like if people there would be a solid part that would go and read the comics. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like it's kind of like the same thing with anime and manga. Like there's definitely a good amount of people who enjoy reading the manga and going after it like that. After like I used to do that a lot. Like I would catch up with an anime and I'm like, well, now I need to know what happens like for the next 100 chapters. Like My Hero, I read it. Naruto, when I caught up to like all the way in Shippuden when it was coming out, I started reading the weekly manga or the bi-weekly manga. I don't remember. But now I don't really do that anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's just because over time I dislike reading more and more. Like I enjoy, like I read the Boruto manga still, just because it's way better than the anime. Although the anime is catching up. Now that it's like doing canon stuff, the anime is getting better. Which is really cool. But yeah, it's really the only one I read right now. I just think most people don't like reading. Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think especially the age of technology has made that even more so. Because like, we have so many different ways to entertain ourselves. Back in the day, you only had like painting, going outside, and fucking books. That's what you had for entertainment. Maybe you go to a play. Like, now we have video games, we have TV, we have movies, we have ways to talk to people from all around the world. Like, we have so many different things to stimulate our minds that are so much more interesting compared to reading. That you kind of have to be a certain type of person to want to read now. At least I feel like that's a fair way to say it. I mean, hindsight is 2020. I'm going to be more aware of the community I'm in, and I like reading, so of course, to me, it seems like there are a lot of readers. So yeah, definitely. In the most liberal parts of the world. True. That's a good point. People couldn't afford to read, to learn how to read. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, I'm sixth in the egg carton. Nice. How's everyone else in my state doing? Wow. Wow. 47.1. Yeah, sometimes I forget the literacy rate skyrocketed in the past 100 years. That's one of the things, like, I think of scenarios all the time of, like, people from the past being brought back to see what the future is like. And I never really think about the literacy rate when it comes to that stuff. Like, people would be shocked to see public schooling. It's hard. We haven't been developing the ability or teaching how for very long. In fact, we tried to actively discourage people from being able to read. Yeah, true. Because kings knew if your people were educated, they're far more likely to rebel against you and kill you. If your people can read the pamphlet to organize, they're going to organize. But if they look at the pamphlet and says, I don't know what this says, they're going to throw it out. It's actually a really good point. And also, like, so I think I've talked about this before, but because of autocorrect, I am forgetting how to spell properly. Like, I'm really forgetting words that I should know. Like, there are definitely some that, like, if I struggled with that word as a kid, spelling, I know how to spell it now because of how much I tried to learn. Comics are a bit of a different story. Most of it are pictures. Yeah, fair. Even if the person from the past can speak and read your language, you go back more than 250 years, it's unintelligible anyway. Yeah. And also the accents are going to be so different that you're going to have a hard time understanding it. It's weird how accents develop so fast. Oh. I beat Jokovic yesterday. I'm happy about that. At least I'm happy about that. Jokovic is coming back, though. I'm happy about that. It's been a couple months since I've seen his name pop up on here. Literally, it's been months. I'm glad to see he started playing again. I remember reading about a man who grew on a Native American community. He started reading by comics and understanding the pictures and linking that to the words. Interesting. That takes a smart person. But if you're struggling reading, you're probably not going to want to read a comic book, even if it's mostly pictures. I was like, yeah, definitely. I didn't really read comics as a kid. Not really. Not until I got to, like, high school. I mean, to be fair, also, like, if I'm going to be real with you, I could not read till 4th grade. Like, properly. I could read words, but I couldn't read books until 4th grade. Like, I couldn't read paragraphs. And that's just because of my attention span. It was my ADHD, I'm pretty sure. But, like, I also just had so much trouble. I remember in 4th grade, I started reading my first book, and I was just so happy with myself. But, you know, all those struggles made it so, like, I went to a Sullivan Learning Center, and, like, in a month, I got a 12th grade reading level. And ever since, it's just gone downhill. But, like, I feel like that's kind of stemmed my dislike for reading for most of my life. Yeah, reading can be difficult. But, like, once you find the perfect book, reading is so easy. At least for me, like, I know Divergent is a shit book series because it was just, apparently it was made during a winter break of college, which is 3 weeks. An entire trilogy was made in 3 weeks. It's basically just like a Twilight ripoff or a Hunger Games ripoff. I mean, Hunger Games. But I love it. That's what my tattoo is. It's from the Dauntless thing. Like, I loved the first 2 books. The third one, I thought was ass. But I was having so much fun reading those. I love to read at a high level, but I read slow as fuck. I'm not great at it. Yeah, I can read, like, in my head, but as soon as I have to read out loud, my reading level literally, like, drops down 10 grades, 10 years. Like, if I'm reading out loud, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I feel like my sleep walk was good proof of that yesterday. I'm just thinking if I was a kid having trouble reading and someone was like, can't read, have this book. True. I remember in 3rd grade I would pretend to read books during reading time. Everything just feels so much easier. And honestly, like, being able to just sit there and imagine, like, when I'm like, I've got nothing to do, like, this usually happens when I'm like falling asleep or I'm outside smoking a cigarette. I come up with like okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I put myself into a story, make me into a character that could actually like fit in that world of a story that I know really well, and I just kind of altered the timeline with what would happen if that was a thing. And I just kind of go off for like months at a time, like developing a story inside of my head, and it's the same kind of feeling as reading a book and getting that story inside your head. If I couldn't read, I'd prefer a comic book. I'd concentrate more on the pictures that way. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely like infer quite a lot from the pictures. Quite a lot. I don't know why I just thought I wanted Vinny to get into comics again, but like I also want him to get more into My Hero Academia. I think he'd absolutely love that show. There's a lot of things that like people would absolutely love, but because of what they're associated with or what they're a part of, no, you won't do them. Like, what is something I won't do because of what it's associated with, like that? Well, sitcoms, I guess. Like, I refuse to watch Schitt's Creek. I haven't seen much of it. I've seen scenes of it, but I'm like, I refuse to watch something like that completely. Yeah, I guess over a regular book, but I'd rather watch the movie than read the book in that situation. I think that was my original comparison. I see that. Yeah, I definitely get that. I'm with you on that. Like, like I said, like I love the Divergent books, but I never even watched the movies. I didn't even bother looking at the movies because I just heard they were complete ass. But then again, now that I've looked at, so there was this channel that I recently watched, and he does a lot of like movies or like book stuff where I think he's an English major or a writing major, and he just goes into how like if they're a train wreck and why, or if they're good and why. And Divergent was apparently a train wreck. It's literally so bad. Divergent, like I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just ooh fees. Oh, but I'm probably gonna end off here. These were really nice debates. Like I feel like we still stayed pretty civilized. Like yeah, I think some of us sometimes got a little like frustrated with the topics. Is my camera really out of focus? Feels like it's very out of focus, but oh well. Also, I just noticed there's no black lines on this camera right now. Why? Why did that happen for the sleep block? Like if we go back, let's go back. Yeah, the black lines are right there. And for some reason my webcam isn't. I don't need to worry about that anymore. I don't need to worry about that anymore. But for example, the movie called I Am Number 4 was played in class once, and now I'm reading the book series it's based off of. Yeah, it's colorful and exciting for one thing and awesome. Yeah, comics, I feel like, and also like, I don't know what it is about my brain, but superpowers, the like supernatural abilities like that is just so interesting to my brain. I don't get it. I really don't get it. My brain is just wired to like that kind of stuff. That's really why I enjoy a lot of shonen anime, because it's basically like comic books, but anime. Oh, I'm tired. I'm still upset that I couldn't compete in the cup of the day, but hey, I got a really good time today right now. Like a really good time. Oh, 47.2. Like, I'm happy with that. Yeah, look. Look at Raven. Raven? 46.48. I think we stayed civilized. I do want to say I understand and respect others' opinions. Yeah, I like to think that I'm good at that. But I do think sometimes I do slip a bit far from that. I do kind of like get a bit close to the line where it's like, okay, you're saying shit that's kind of like shutting people's opinions out. And I'm like, ah, fuck. Ah, gotta take that back. I do have to be a bit more careful because like I'm so stubborn when it comes to my own opinions. I don't like backing down from my opinions, even if it makes me like an asshole. And that's a bad thing I need to get better at. Definitely need to get better at. Do we got any more new skins? I love this. I love this background to the club. I mean, that one's okay looking. I wish I want to commission someone for a hat guy skin. That would be really cool. For sure, it's a tricky thing to be subtle in text. I love my love for all involved comes through. Yeah, like you definitely got to be a bit careful when you're stepping on toes, and you have very opposite different opinions. But you know, I try to be very respectful about different opinions, and I understand that it always comes based off of pure, just personal preference. When, especially Marvel discussions, like it's just Phil. When Phil talks about it on the podcast, he gets me a little frustrated. He definitely gets me frustrated because he's just so Phil is so blatant and bluff, and he just says it. He just says it as it is in his as it is in his head. So like, sometimes I'll just be like, ah, Phil, chill. God, I just looked in the light. I just looked at my light. I can't see a damn thing. Ah. Yeah, I try to avoid, try to word it in a way that's clear, so I'm stating my opinion. Yeah, like that's why I always try to leave it off with like, but that's obviously my opinion, or like opinions are different. I always try to like, I don't know if diffuse is the right way with that, but like try and just make sure that it's known like for sure that I'm not trying to like knock anyone else's opinion. Like 99% of the time I'm just stating my own opinion. Oh, with Phil, like in the sense that like he frustrates you, or you're like with him on that like blunt type of thing. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. So it's the latter, like that you're like Phil like that, yeah. I feel like I tend to be more of a Vinny in the Sunday sauce, like trying to just be like, okay, okay, let's just calm down a little, let's diffuse. Let's just he's a good dude, right? Like that's definitely me. It's only because I actually like you that I even share what I think about the most stuff. I never express things I don't like. Hey, I appreciate that. Like I feel like for someone my age I'm able to have like a decent conversation about like touchy subjects and people that have extremely opposite opinions. I've gotten better at that. Honestly, though, like Vinny and Phil have such a great contrast and foil towards each other. They're perfect to have a podcast together. Genuinely perfect. Honestly, sometimes I wish I was more like Phil. Dude doesn't give a shit what people think about him. I think unless you gave it a chance, that you can, then you can't really speak about it in the very, and at least not in a way that you come off as if you know a lot about it. That's true. That's definitely true. I like being me, but I wish I could soften it a bit sometimes. Yeah. I used to think, so you know the personality type quizzes. I used to think I was the mediator type just because I always try to diffuse situations like that. But no, I'm definitely advocate. I get so angry for other people. I can be like Phil in actual debates, but with friendly discussions, I end up more like Vinny. Yeah, with my friend Mike, he was the one who was in the sleep block for a little bit other than Big C. Me and him are definitely like, I'm Vinny, he's Phil in our conversations, 100%. Like, I want to show him Sunday sauce just for that reason. So, like, I definitely get those conversations very well. And that's why I think I love Sunday sauce so much, is just because I feel like it's a conversation I would be having with my friends, you know? Oh, oh, how did this turn into a 2 hour stream? I feel like I've just been sitting here for 15 minutes not playing it. I'm just talking, which is great. I'm super devil's advocate sometimes. I don't even notice, and my friend will be like, "Do you even believe what you're saying?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess not." Yeah, I tend to do that too, and like I do it to try and understand other people's perspective, but a lot of times doing it in an argument is kind of just not a good thing to do. I found, even if you don't really believe it, people are still gonna take it poorly. I think, at least that's my experiences when I've tried to play it. Personality test, and I got mediator. LOL. We have some great combos. Yeah, the thing is like let me go to. I'm an INFJ by a lot. Like I'm definitely an advocate. Definitely a fucking advocate. It's the empathy reaction, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. It's like you want to understand, or you want to find the good in someone's train of thought, even if it's shitty. Like you want to see the bright side of it. That's why I do it, and yeah, it puts off people to constantly be devil's advocate. Yeah, I think I've gotten very good at not. I used to do it for every debate, literally every debate. I would be like, yeah, but their point of view is this, and it kind of makes sense. Kind of looks like I'm just agreeing with their, or it kind of looks like I'm trying to have that point of view to a lot of people. I think that just expands my view. Literally, you can always learn more. You could literally always learn more, and I love that fact about life. Like from, I think the most. This is what I say a lot. I haven't said it in a long time. I think the most important thing you can learn in life is perspective. If you have the ability to go off and like leave your own sphere of perspective and your experiences and put yourself into someone else's, even though you have no experience with that, and you can understand and empathize with what they do, I think that makes you a better person overall. It makes you a more experienced, it makes you more wise, it makes you more compassionate, and like it also helps you survive better because now you know tips and things you never knew before. Part of the reason why I want to travel the world, other than food, I want to meet so many people and understand so many people. Then again, the internet is great for that. Like we were talking about before, we've never had an opportunity like entertainment on the internet or knowledge. Like we have such access to the world's knowledge, the entirety of the world's knowledge that we know of, we have access right here in my hand. Like it's wild. This is why I think racism is so stupid, even beyond being based on lies and being hurtful. It's also so limiting. You're just gonna not accept good. Literally, it's like, are you really gonna let your pride and your fucking arrogance and your idiocracy get in the way of just being good and like helping people and making life better for everyone, including yourself? Like, are you really gonna let your fucking prejudice get over you? That's why, like, I think college is a very, like, it's definitely not for everyone. It's also stupid expensive, but I also feel like it's very good for a lot of people opening up expanding their horizons. There were definitely quite a few people that I went to college with that I knew were very problematic because of their parents that got a lot better. Here's not getting so much that is out there for you. Literally, and there's like, it's such a heavy topic though. Like, I just don't understand how you can hate people that bad for anything. Like, then again, I hate like pedophiles, I hate racists, I hate bigots like that. But technically, I don't really like pedophiles. I want dead, but like, you know, that those people hurt people for real. Like, yeah, like you're. Oh yeah, I read that. The change on environment helps to expand your views. Yeah, really. Like, I was definitely like more problematic than I went to college, and I kind of like it matured me, or at least I don't want to say college itself matured me because someone actually they get the credit. College set up the foundations for me to start like realizing maybe I need to do and be better. And then my friend, who I'm sadly not friends with anymore, she showed me so much that I needed to learn to be a mature, okay adult, especially as a man, especially as a guy. I needed to learn a lot. So, listen, it's weird how things that can go bad actually change your life for the better. I'm not trying to downplay it. The worst thing about those things is hurting others. I guess it's important to remember that the people's thoughts can change. Yeah, you can definitely like one thing that's always stuck with me is I don't know if it might have been like a TV show slash radio show that was like both in one, but I remember I think they had like a black woman as a guest talking about racism, and a man called in and he was like, "I'm an older white guy who's racist. How do I fix that?" And he genuinely like wanted to know, and like it's always stuck with me that the answer was, go out, meet people, have conversations, and learn that there is no harm in a person's skin color. It just works. I've got the Game Boy Luke here. Here. My voice is cracking. My voice still hasn't fully recovered. My voice still hasn't fully recovered. Yeah, I don't see how one can hate group can based on something that isn't their choice. Literally. And that's why I don't understand the whole comparison to like the Blue Lives. It's like you can't you can take off your uniform. You can quit. What are you talking about? What? But that is such a touchy subject that I have very strong opinions on that I don't feel like should be shared. Talk to a person of another race, very simple fix if you're sincerely open. Yeah. It's literally so absurd, and I've had that opinion like Dude, they're not. You can quit. You chose to be this. Like, I don't understand that. See, but anti-movements like Blue Lives or All Lives, it's just they don't stand for anything. They stand against. They stand for racism, I guess you could say. You know, uh, or they stand for their own protection. I think that's a better way to put it. The thing they want out of it is protection in what they view as normal, which is sad. Like, as a bisexual man, I hate cops, kind of. You know, just because of the history. Like, I have no reason to trust them. They murder us. They still try to come to Pride. And also, as an autistic man, I also fear cops in that sense. Because I see stories, you know, every couple weeks of someone like me being murdered for saying something wrong. They're just a yeah, but group. Yeah, but... Super Kid just said they're a yeah, but group. The next message is Monkey saying, yeah, but... Oh, that's so funny to me. Oh, that was so funny to me. I don't know why that's so goddamn funny. Oh, just comedic timing is great. Oh. That's so good. I'm actually kind of crying from that. By the way, Super Kid, before I started my sleep log, I completely forgot to mention this. When when you said let's get this hat themed bread, I was laughing for no joke like 10 minutes. Let's get this hat themed bread. Like, I was straight up dying. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's that kind of thing where it's like they can't argue with you. They know you're right, but they want to try and prove you wrong in some way. That's gonna be bullshit. Unplanned comedy is the best comedy, for sure. They don't have any real message, yeah. They don't have any way to argue anything. Because there's nothing to stand behind. There's nothing to argue for. At least, nothing to argue for that is good. The only thing to argue for it is racism. Yeah, literally, though. And, like, I remember watching an interview that was like, it had one cop on one side of a wall facing away and then brought multiple people in on the other side and they would ask, like, really raw questions. And one of them, it was a black cop, and one of them was like, do you believe in Blue Lives Matter? And he's like, well, I'm black. And he was like, do you think cops are anti-Black Lives Matter? He's like, no, because I'm black and like Blue Lives Matter. And I'm like, how can you, how can a person of color have that opinion? I'm sorry if that makes me seem ignorant, but it's literally diminishing the value of your own life. I think it's literally just equating your skin color to your job at that point, being the same level. I don't understand that. That has always stuck with me. I think cops have been brainwashed at this point. Like, I think police officers are brainwashed in the academy. That sounds Illuminati as fuck, but like, there's no way they should all be this fucking brutal. It's way too consistent. Literally, that's what they're asking for. That's genuinely what they want. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Super Kid, you're 100% right. You're definitely right about that. But like I genuinely think like some of their train of thoughts are like so fucking backwards and inhumane. It's like their parents have to be siblings type shit. That's my favorite insult that I've come up with ever. It's like, are your parents siblings? It's just so subtle. They have been convinced that they are not the same as those who they police. Yeah. Dude, speaking of paid, I hate the Massachusetts State Police. Why? Because what they have been caught doing and what they still do to this day is they clock in their friends when they're not working, specifically to get overtime. Do you know where all that money comes from? Our damn pockets. Taxpayer money. They are literally stealing our goddamn money every fucking day. And the government doesn't care. who are legitimately qualified to have authority. Yeah, honestly, I think, in my opinion, I've had this opinion for years. Cops have to go to law school all 8 years. That's my opinion, straight up. It would completely de-incentive. There would be no incentive anymore to become a cop for power. You would have to go through 8 years of schooling and get incredible debt to do it. I think that's the way to fix it. And besides, how are you supposed to be a police officer and enforce the laws that you know nothing about? I see videos of cops trying to enforce laws and then get fucking proven wrong with the actual code and the actual laws. And they're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna look that up because I don't know, and that would take a while. Like, they don't have to know the laws they enforce. And they also break, like, I remember there was a video of, I think it was in Florida, a cop was going like 120 miles per hour without his lights on, and another cop was trying to pull him over, and he, for 15 minutes, didn't do shit because he's like, I'm a cop. And then when he finally pulled over, he like opened the door and it's like, I'm a cop, and she was holding him at gunpoint, and she's like, it doesn't matter, you could have killed someone, and then he got arrested. It was a very feel-good video. Very feel-good video. But I think she probably got fired for it. That's usually what happens. You lose your pension for that shit. I mean, you still get power. That would still motivate people, but the cop isn't there to enforce laws. They're there to protect private property. That's why I'm saying, like, they should be there to enforce laws, right? Isn't that what they're supposed to do? It's not a law if it's not enforced, which sucks. You know? And I think that's been proven by America. Oh, but this conversation got way too deep. We got way too serious, guys. Way too serious. Part of me's curious on what this ice slide is. Oh, hey. I forgot. You don't capture my cursor. Separate myth from their real role. Yeah, but that isn't a flaw in the police. It's a flaw in our system. There's so many flaws in our system. I think there's no fixing this country without complete systematic change. There is no fixing this country without that. In my opinion. And that makes me a radical, honestly. Apparently I'm a radical to want better for America. Sometimes we gotta get serious. Pay police enough to attract qualified candidates. But then again, paying them a lot could also attract a lot of unqualified people, right? You know, if it's the same, if it requires the same things to get in and it pays more, wouldn't that be backfired? Wouldn't that backfire? Or are you also saying that they would change what is required to join the police in that system? Because, like, I don't really know what jobs at that point you have that are, like, good on your resume to become a cop. What jobs would be, I mean, security jobs would probably be good. It takes more, too. That's why you gotta get more pay. Yeah. Yeah. You also gotta have cops held accountable and chiefs. We need better accountability instead of the corrupt court systems. This country is broken. I feel like that's the moral of our conversation here for the past hour. Maybe not hour, but half hour. But I am probably going to end it off here. We've had really good discussions today. Very serious topics. I mean, Marvel isn't that serious of a topic, but it felt like we were very serious. But I'm still confused on, like, why is my camera perfectly fine in this, but you go to the sleep lock and I can see the black lines. It's so weird. Of course, but you're getting high school educated people trying to evaluate legal shit. Like, yeah, true. That's true. Like, I am only high school educated. Granted, I've done college. I've taken business courses. I've taken, like, things that require you to think. And, you know, I guess business courses are more math than thinking. But I feel like, you know, education and experience are two completely different things that are both necessary, especially when put together. That's a long way from law school, though. True. True. I mean, at least make them take like 4 years of law school. Make like a minor law. Give them a minor and legal degrees or something like that. I'm not a college grad either, just saying. Yeah, no. My sister is the only one. No, actually, my sister and both my cousins have graduated college. Me, I'm the one who dropped out. It was not for me, and I was wasting money. I still owe like $4,000. Although I will say the debt has made my credit score great since I paid it all on time. I have a decent credit score. Oh, my hip just cracked. Oh my god, that felt so good. But it also kind of hurts. Ah, it felt like my right leg just kind of fell out of my hip. Ah, that felt good. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Witch King isn't here anymore, but I appreciate him. I like having these kinds of discussions, even if they are a bit more difficult. Isn't education the solution to almost every interpersonal problem? Yes and no. I feel like education is necessary to help you throughout the entire thing, but I also feel like your own willpower is important almost as much. Like, if you have the experiences required, you can still sit there and be like, I'm not changing subconsciously. Like, you're just not going to. But you also have to have the will to make that happen. At least that's what I think. Just kind of like thinking about it at a first glance. Like, if I'm just thinking about it immediately. Like, I imagine your soul has something to do with it, if you believe in souls. You know, at that point, that's kind of like a more theoretical conversation, or maybe not theoretical. Not like gatekeeping degreeism. No, of course not. But you can't fix a problem you can't understand unless you just get lucky. That's true. Or, you know, you have someone on the outside who understands it and can just lead you and you listen to them without thinking about it. But that's also very rare situation. Education is a much more reliable way to do that. And I mean, that's the reason why, like, you know, you end up with, like, if you look at maps of, like, liberalism and conservatism, which, by the way, I'm not on either spectrum of that. I'm obviously, like, a different type of political opinion. You'll notice, though, that in red states, the cities with major universities are all blue. And I wonder why. I wonder why. It's just usually when someone is able to go to a university instead of, you know, just getting a high school degree and then going and getting a job immediately, you get to get outside of your family's perspective without coming home to it every day. And I think that's really important. Teach a man to fish. I also like the new opinion on that. I really like the big opinion on that. Even the big cities there is super red true. But where was I going with that? All right, teach a man to fish, but you got to feed him a fish too, because it's a lot easier to learn how to fish when you're not starving to death. You got to do both. Yeah, except for Kentucky. Kentucky is oof. Is KFC even from Kentucky? I don't think it's from Kentucky, and that was like just a big lie. I'm Googling that. Is KFC from Kentucky? It opened in Utah in 1952. Sanders identified the potential of the restaurant franchising concept at the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened. Okay, it was the first franchise. I don't know if it was the first location. That's different. But he clearly gets more out of the skill than... Oh, yeah, of course. But, like, you know, you can't tell someone, here's how you get this job, and then not, you know, like, say someone's homeless. You can't say, here's a job application, fill it out. Because they don't have anything that would help them. They also need to shave, they need better clothes. It's stuff like that, you know? You can't always just teach a man to fish and he'll be fine, I think is the reason behind that thought. Colonel Sanders was no colonel either. If you've already had a fish, then there's less one. Yeah, but if that person is going to leave and now you're going to starve again? But like, I genuinely think if you are going to try and help someone set them up for life, you can't just do that. I think you need to help them further than that. I just feel like, you know, if it's such a hard thing to compare to modern day stuff now. At least for me mentally, and it's hard for me to come up with comparisons that like make sense. I mean, I just like the opinion that like it's genuinely like if the man is starving to death, how is he gonna learn how to fish? Probably, probably, but I think just I'm not a huge fan of tough love at all. I don't think tough love is the way to go. Like definitely there are times where you kind of need to do it, but in my opinion, that just makes mental health worse. So like I know it's not necessarily tough love that we're talking about, but I feel like just being like, no, you can only learn how to fish, but you're still starving is like someone needs a fish to make it through today to fish tomorrow can have a fish for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what it is though. The whole maybe I'm not reading into it enough. Oh no, I don't think you are. I just think my brain immediately went to comparing that to tough love for some reason. Just like it's really not. In a sense, tough love would be like figure it out for yourself so you can figure out how to figure out other stuff in the future. I think that would be tough love in that situation. It's like I'm not going to teach you how to fish. You need to do that by yourself. That's a tough love. I don't know why my brain instantly thought like the halfway point of that was. Oh, it's so weird how much faster like the chat pops up on my phone than over here. But I can't really. It's a lot smaller. Yeah, you're teaching in the phrase. True. True. Uh, you're getting a little touch on that tough love, my guy. My G. A little tough on that tough love. Yeah, no, I'm tough on tough love. Kind of like how Batman is tough on crime. But I've been saying I'm gonna end this for like 40 minutes now. So I am probably gonna really end this off now, just cause I'm starting to sweat. I need a shower. I really need a shower, cause it's like 70 degrees. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm wearing a hat. I feel disgusting. Honestly, I feel more gross than I did at the end of the sleep walk. I'm not gonna lie. The convo is really good. It's definitely a really good conversation. I like how we have just these philosophical discussions all the time. Yeah, exactly. Like helping people is good. I definitely think abandoned malls should become homeless shelters. They should become places for homeless people and like people who have drug, issues can go and be safe and get better and actually, you know, move on and get more successful and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like recently in Massachusetts, I think it was the Braintree Mall got completely demolished. Absolutely, it's gone, just rubble now. And I'm like, you just got rid of so much usable space for nothing. It's just an empty parking lot now. What are we gonna put here? Another mall? They're probably gonna put housing there that's gonna be stupid fucking expensive. That's probably what's gonna happen. That's probably what's gonna happen. Because technically at the Kingston Mall, their plan is to put in condos and apartments attached to a mall, which is gonna be really weird. Braintree? That's one of. Have you ever heard of Worcester? Worcestershire? There's so many weird names in Massachusetts. Like let me spell this. Can you say this word? Can you say that word? Dude. I mean that is a good way to put it, but like I don't know, it's probably someone's last name from the colonials, right? That would make sense. I mean, unless there was a tree that like I don't know, maybe it had like its if you looked at back the branches kind of were in the shape of a brain. But the colonials didn't know what a brain looked like, did they? I don't think so. I didn't think like anatomy and skeletal stuff was really, until the 1800s. It's just Worcester. That's all it is, Worcester. You don't pronounce the R whatsoever. People say Worcester. So if you ever see, like, there's a meme that goes around all the time on the internet. It's like, babe, I don't know how to say it. Just say it. Worcestershire. Worcester. Like W-O. Wuss. I guess that's more like WU. That's definitely like not the weirdest name in Massachusetts. Like, let me look up weirdest town names in Mass. Happy Hills, Fourth Cliff, Second Cliff, Third Cliff, Tinkertown. Wait, we have Wyoming? What the fuck is this? The X? What the fuck? Yo, I don't even know how to fucking pronounce this one. Hold on, y'all are about to be like, what? What is that? Yo, Pennsylvania has a ton of weird ones. They just have so many Bible references. So many Bible references. We got Peabody, we got Dedham, Norwood, Canton, the X. I am Googling the X, Massachusetts. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's a county in Braintree. Or Springfield, not Braintree, Springfield. Okay. It's not an actual town. That's why I've never heard of it. Okay, and the Weewanatic is a place in Wareham in Plymouth County. Okay, so these aren't necessarily all town names. These are like district names in like certain towns. That's different. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Yo, I forgot about that one. But I can't pronounce that. Wewantic? Wewantic. I think Wewantic is probably the correct pronunciation of that. But Fourth Hill, the X. But we've got a few Native American ones. So maybe Native American, like Braintree, maybe came from Native American stuff. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not all that historically, knowledgeable about Massachusetts, other than just the Boston Tea Party. Truth or consequences, New Mexico. True. True. Bro, America has some really weird town names. I think every country has their weird ones. Yeah, that is a real place. I mean, then there's that, that one Welsh town. Yep. I literally Googled that one Welsh town. It's Placentia, California. But yeah, no, that's a town right there. That's a town in Wales. Oh, wait. No. I found the actual full one. Here's the full one. That's the shorthand. That's the shorthand. Here's the full town name. Like, you know about the word. Yeah, why would you ever choose to live there? Unless the rent's really good. Let me see if I can get this to be said. Pronunciation.
Clenviapith Gwyngyth Gagareth Windrabith Linticilia Gogogok.
Okay then. Okay.
Clenviapith Gwyngyth Gagareth Windrabith Linticilia Gogogok.
Let me translate. To English. St. Mary's Church in the hollow of White Hazel near Rapid Whirlpool and the Church of St. Tizilo near the Red Cave. That sounds awful. I have to describe the house? Fuck that. Costa Rica's that way. I understand, though, it's kind of a lot for a system to keep track of if your government has been completely made to understand that. Or made to accommodate that, not understand. Wrong words. Wrong words. That just sounds like directions. It does just sound like directions. I think it's like one of those things where it's like, They kind of named a location based on that area, and it kind of just sticks. Like, they're literally towns that are basically like east, west, and north and south in states, you know? It's basically just saying what direction they're in compared to other towns. Like, the house that's 4 houses down from the big tree, and not the blue house. Yeah, that's true. I couldn't do that. Imagine being a male person, and that's your job to try and decipher those. No, thank you. But I've said like 5, 6 times now that I'm probably gonna end off the stream. This time I kind of have to. We're 2 hours 30 minutes in. I need to go check on my dogs, make sure they're okay. That's written on a fucking envelope, dude. Imagine. And imagine the person has shitty handwriting so you can't tell. That's when you just go surfing. Alright, guys. I hope you all had a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we all had some great conversations today. Oh, I'm sweaty and I need a shower so bad. Be a good owner. Yeah, I can't just let them do what they want outside for too long. Ugh, gotta make sure they're all safe and sound. Honestly, I had a great time tonight. Today. Tomorrow I'll be back with more frog lock. I'm debating, when to start a new hat lock. At some point, I definitely want to do it again because it was fun. Get that hat themed bread, my guy. For sure. The pee is starting to be like, yeah, your bladder's like, hey, it do be that time. But I hope you two had a good one. I don't think there's anyone to raid right now, so I had a good time. I hope you two did too. Let me just real quick. Where am I? Where am I right now? Massachusetts 2nd, 9th, 15th, 303. I mean, I'll catch up later tonight. Okay, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate you all. Peace.